Hey, I'm responding to a comment by this fellow by the name of I Hear Echoes. It's always someone who never uses their real name or face. But this is in response to my video blog saying that Richard Spencer is confused and that he says he wants diversity, but then he says we are diverse and that's a bad thing. Anyway, he says that he says he wants to keep diversity, but he wants a homogeneity within the places of a people's ancestry. He doesn't want a white world, just a homeland for the white man. The biggest problem is, as a white European, our traditional homelands are being swamped by third world people. Western Europe and America's white population is declining rapidly. The problem is that diversity has come to mean less white people. No one is advocating diversity in Asian or African countries, for instance. You can have a diverse amount of food in your fridge without taking it out of all the packages and mixing it all together in a large bucket. I hope this makes sense. I'd be happy to try to explain it more if you have any questions. Well, I got what you're saying. It doesn't make any sense. And well, let me put it this way: I don't agree with it because diversity comes in different forms. You say that in Africa, there are people who don't cry for diversity, but when they think of someone white, they think of someone who has money, and they want that person's money, and therefore they want that diversity. So that means that if someone happens to come there and they're white and they have money to spend that makes that black person richer, that black person is happy, okay? Anyone that comes in any other area that is wealthy, that enriches that person, regardless of color, is more often than not welcome. And if they're not welcome, the people not welcome are considered nuts. Now, as far as your statement, and here's the problem: no one is truly pure, okay? And that's why I consistently consider arguments like the one you presented as just plain silly. We're all mixed up in some kind of way, and that's been true for centuries. So to focus on how many people look like you of a certain color, I think, to be absolutely blunt, is psychotic. Genes are going to mix. You're going to have one gene dominate over the other within a couple. You could have a black person and a white person, and the baby comes out either more white than black. You have 38 different types of shades of black. And you have people who, like my stepfather, who are whiter than a lot of people that I know in terms of how they look, and they're mistaken for white, but they're black. So that's why I consider this whole discussion just off the top nuts, okay? And the province of people who are rather screwed up regarding race. Racism is a mental illness, and just because a lot of people think this way doesn't make it right. The overarching problem here really is that we don't have enough wealth to go around, and people are having a hard time, and there's a direct correlation between economic strife and racial tension. And you have to be smart enough to overcome that and realize that and move forward with others in harmony. Okay? You can't have a healthy democracy without a healthy economy for everybody. So it's economic diversity of wealth that we should really be focused on, not what you guys are talking about. And again, I assert that your focus is nuts. There you go. I'm not saying, hey, I'm not interested. I'm interested in everyone's culture and who they are. And people who are, quote, mixed up with other people are interested in the cultures of that person. They don't want to erase it. The problem is that you have too many people who happen to be white who say, we're all the same. No, we're not all the same. But what you have to do is enjoy our differences and want to be around people who don't look like you. Okay? If you can't do that, there's something wrong up here. There just is. All right.